Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and oh boy has it been a minute. I cannot even believe it's been 3 whole weeks since I filmed a video. What? For those of you that know, I did take a bit of a 3-week break off of YouTube just to kind of recenter myself, get myself focused, in the mood for fall coming into this lovely season. Can you guys even believe it's already fall? Like, when did this even happen? How did we even step into fall? Wasn't it just spring? But this 3-week reset was so necessary for me just to spend time with my friends, my family, kind of come into my present energy and really just kind of be in my own space. You know, y'all know. But let me know, how have you guys been doing, okay? How has everything been? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, those of you that followed me on Instagram, thank you so much. I loved getting DMs from you guys and questions and checking in. It really felt like I was still here and still on YouTube, although it's been 3 weeks since I filmed. I cannot literally even believe it. I missed you guys so much, and I'm so happy to be back, and thank you so much for your support and understanding during this time. And yeah, I'm excited. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that's really resonated with me over the past 3 weeks when I did my kind of reset, my evaluation of my life and where I want to go, and that is the power of your thoughts and the power of energy, and how to really manifest things for yourself and bring in positivity and joy, and truly how to be happy, to be honest. I'm also going to be giving real life examples of what's happened to me over the past 3 weeks, and things that have changed in my life, and how I actually manifested the things that happened in my life. So if you're interested, grab a cute drink. We are doing kombucha today. I think this is lychee vanilla kombucha by the Rise brand that I love. Guys, if you haven't tried it out, try it. It's actually really good. But anyways, grab a cute drink and let's talk all about manifestation and the power of our thoughts. We've all been there where we've been in our heads about something. We've thought about something, whether that's something we're trying to achieve. Let's say you're trying to start a business, or you're trying to get good grades in school, or you're trying to manifest a relationship for yourself, or you're trying to get a promotion at work. Whatever the case is, we've all been there where we wanted something, but it just didn't happen. No matter how much we've tried, it just doesn't come into fruition. And the reason being is because we do not get what we want, we get what we are. We receive from the universe what we are actually as people, how much we've worked on ourselves as people, and the energy that we are omitting into the universe as people. I am a firm believer of energy. You guys know this. I have spoken about energy so many times, and I reference this chart of emotions many times because I believe that our vibration is truly what will allow us to attract good things in life. And if you are consistently vibrating on a very low frequency, that is exactly what you are going to get. So what we need to do is really clock how we are thinking about things. So I'll tell you guys a really funny story. Yesterday, I had a terrible day. I was just I woke up, I was in a bad mood. I didn't feel good. I felt like I was so overwhelmed by so many things in my life. And you guys know that feeling as human beings where we have those off days, right? Or maybe you've had off days for many days now and you've been kind of in a state of depression or a state of anxiety continuously. Did you know that you can actually change that by truly just changing the way you are thinking? You can change the outlook of your life or the things that happen to you on a day-to-day basis by simply changing how you look at things. I've been asked this question so many times on how I actually cultivate and manifest great things to happen in my life. I'm going to tell you guys, it is no secret. It is no secret at all. It is the law of attraction and the law of the universe. When you truly embody positive energy and you embody being your best self and acting like your best self and really clocking yourself, okay? When there are moments of doubt, insecurity, moments where you're just sad about life and you're revolving that idea of life is terrible, when you clock that and you really sit with it and you go, no, I'm not going to look at life from this perspective, and I'm going to look at it from a glass half full approach, that is exactly when you unlock the ability to truly transform the outlook of your life. This is how you get all the good things in life, or whatever people call it. When I go out and I manifest almost subconsciously, to be honest, it's not I'm sitting there and being please give me blah, blah, blah. No, not at all, actually. I sit there and I'm just kind of being my own self. I'm being in my own energy and I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing positivity and well-being for myself. I embody that with things I think and the things I do. Everything you think is going to manifest itself in your life. Realize that whenever you're having moments when you're thinking about super negative things in life, that's when all those things happen. Whenever you're thinking about, I don't know, that guy or that girl you're in a relationship with and you're
they're going to cheat on me, this is going to happen,
blah, 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 and you're fixated on that idea, what happens, guys? that happens. All of a sudden, there's relationship problems. Things are going downhill. When you think you're not a good student, the grades that you get fall. When you think you're not a good worker at work, you start not performing well. When you start being in desperation for a relationship is when you don't find one. Everything is energy. The energy you're putting out into the universe is exactly what is going to come back to you. So if that is true, then what if we just put out positive energy? What if we sat there and we were like, you know what? I made that mistake, but it was just a mistake. It was an opportunity for me to learn and grow, and I'm 1% better than I was yesterday. So hell yeah, I'm going to take that opportunity. What if we looked at it from that perspective? When I have random days where I go out and somebody buys me flowers randomly, or someone pays for my gas, or somebody is kind to me, or my drink at Starbucks is like really delicious and amazing, I'm always like, you know what? It's the energy. It's the energy I put out there that allows people to also reciprocate that same energy. If you are going to be a crusty person, you are not going to get amazing energy. You're going to get crusty energy. That is the truth of it, okay? Put that in your rule book. Now, I get it. We're humans. We're not always going to have happy, amazing, beautiful moments. We are not. However, what we need to do is be aware of it. We need to be aware of when we are being too persistent with the idea of negative thoughts. Whenever I have days like yesterday, guys, it was such a bad day. Like I actually had a bad day. Like it was not good. It's so funny. I'm saying that. And even in my mind, I'm like, I don't even want to say it's a bad day, because when I say it's a bad day, it's almost like my brain is like being like, yes, it's a bad day, and locking it in. Do you guys know that feeling? When you say something out loud and then you're like, I don't want to say that, because then it actually comes into reality. But anyways, I had a bad day in quotation marks yesterday. It was an idea that I kept persisting in my mind. This is the key, okay? It's okay to have thoughts that are sometimes negative, but clock them. What I did was I didn't clock it. I kept being persistent with it. I kept being like, I'm having a bad day. It's a bad day. I was talking to my friend after work, and I was basically telling him, I was like, and I'll tell you guys about this a little later, my little tea about my friend. Anyways, so I was just like, yeah, I had a bad day. And it's so funny because the second I said that and I said it out loud, it's almost like I manifested it into reality. And I remember I drove over to Starbucks because I was like, maybe let me take a walk and let me walk this like negative energy away. But again, even if you do things that are good for you, if your mindset is still in that negative energy, it's not going to get rid of the negative energy because you are still stuck and fixated on it. So guess what happened, guys? I went to Starbucks and I ordered a, what is it called? It's called a London Fog latte. I'm going to try to put like a link or something here of the drink. And I've had this before and it was delicious, like truly such a good drink. But I got to Starbucks and I was like waiting in my car for my drink, finally got up, walked over to get my drink, and guys, literally my drink was terrible. It was the worst drink I think I've ever had from Starbucks in a very, very long time, because normally I do like this Starbucks location I go to, and also the drinks are quite good. So I was like, damn, like that's so weird. Like, why is it that my drink is so bad? And then I got in my car, I was in my vehicle, a person parked up right beside me and hit my door. Yes, hit my door. So I was like fuming because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, could this day get any worse? And that's when I clocked it. When I took a second, I was on the phone with my friend and I was like, you see, this is all happening because of the way I am thinking. My thoughts are shaping my reality right now. And the fact that I'm thinking so negatively about my day, and I quite literally put it into like paper into the universe that I was having a bad day, my whole day turned out to actually be bad. I ended up not being productive. I ended up sleeping for most of the day. I felt like I really just couldn't do anything. My drink at Starbucks turned out to be bad. I almost got a hit on my car. It's just, it shows us, right, that when we have that negative outlook on life or that negative moment, we sit in it and really just like fermentate while I'm drinking kombucha, but fermentate in that moment. That is exactly when negative things start to happen. So let me tell you the opposite story. This is for the people out there that are single, looking for a relationship, looking for like someone to actually be with. I went through a phase where I was in so much desperate energy to be with someone where I almost manifested the wrong people for me. I met people that made me feel worse about myself, made me feel insecure, made me feel terrible about, you know, the things I was doing and the goals I had in my life. life. And then what happened is I fell completely out of most of the things that I love to do. Once I decided that I was okay being by myself, that I was okay meeting different people, trying dating once again, and really being in my own present energy and not having high expectations out of dating, is exactly when I met the right people. And I'll make a video all about my Girl Boss Dating Guide Part 2 because, guys, I truly think I have mastered dating. I think I finally found the formula of meeting the person that you're actually supposed to be with and channeling your inner energy and your inner glow up to be able to do that. But anyways, so truly, it is the thing, right? It is like channeling your energy. It is about the energy you put out into the universe and the way that you choose to channel your energy. Try it out. Ask yourself the question, how do you feel about the world? How do you feel about your life? How do you feel about yourself as a person? Is it positive? Is it negative? Get a piece of paper. Okay, we got like 5 minutes here. Get a piece of paper and write down the things that you are thinking right now. Are you positively thinking about yourself or negatively thinking about yourself? And then what I want you to do is clock whenever you think negatively about yourself and change the mindset. Change it instantly, okay? Whenever you have a moment where you're like,
I'm alone and I'm single and I really want a relationship,
translate that to what an opportunity it is to be single, because one day I'm going to meet the love of my life and I won't be single ever again. So I'm going to channel my wonderful single energy in my single era right now and allow myself to date so that I can meet the right person in due time when divine timing hits, and I can also enjoy the process of being myself. When it comes to work, we always tend to think the worst, okay? We always tend to think people are thinking about us in the worst way, that we're incompetent, that we're this, that we're that. Trust me, it happened to me. I have felt that way so many times. But the truth is, you are in your own head. It is not that you're incompetent, it's that you haven't met the standards that you've set for yourself. If I want to be here, what is it that the discrepancy is between where I want to be and where I'm at right now? Is it valid? I want you to ask yourself that question, because I have said that so many times where I was like, this is my discrepancy. And then I sat there and I was like, it's not even valid. I'm making it up in my own mind saying that like I'm not smart enough or I'm not, talented enough. But the truth is it's within me. Like I feel like I'm not, but other people do tell me that I am, or my work literally displays that I am. So it's really you clocking yourself and clocking your own kind of internal dialogue and making sure that you're being kind to yourself. And I say this all the time to my friends and people, in my life, like make sure that you are talking to yourself as you would another person. If one of you came to me and we were having a conversation, would I really be like, don't be insecure and you're not good enough about this and you're not good? No, why would I do that? So why do you do it to yourself? Why do you do it to yourself? Why do you tell yourself you're not good enough? Why do you tell yourself you're super insecure and maybe your nose is too big or your eyes are weird or you need to get filled up or whatever, like everybody online? Why do you say that to yourself? You need to speak to yourself as though you're speaking to someone else. Speak to yourself with more grace and good positive energy. Whenever there is a time that you've done something wrong and you want to take accountability for it, which is totally great and totally amazing for your own personal growth, just allow yourself to recognize that you're human. You're allowed to make mistakes as long as you learn from those mistakes and they do not become patterns for you. One other really great thing I like to do is to channel my best self. Whenever I'm in moments where I'm really in my head and I'm like, Ashmita, this thing is not going to happen, or the way that you're thinking about life, and it itches me to even say this, guys. I don't like to say things are not going to happen and things are not going to come into light, because I feel like it's like you're manifesting it, Whatever you put out into the universe really does come back. So things won't happen. I'm just going to put it in quotation marks. I try to channel my best self and I try to think, okay, what would the best version of me, what would she say to me? How would she speak to me? What would she tell me to do, right? And find solutions around the problem that way. But really sit with myself and prioritize the moments with myself, because the truth is, if you're not sitting with yourself and you're consistently, surrounded by people, consistently on the go, you're not going to have time to talk to yourself. You're not going to have time to really sit with your positive energy and channel, okay, who is it that I want to be and how am I going to do it? And lastly, before we end this video, I wanted to show you guys the power of manifestation in real life and how things just really do come into place, and how I truly believe that everything that happens in your life for a reason. So weekly, I do this meditation, it's like a motivational card pull. My best friends actually got me this really great card deck that you can take cards out of. And I try to do this every week because I display the card and I use it as kind of my mantra for the week. So last week when I was doing my motivational meditation mantra, I pulled this card out and I was like, How fitting is this card with the way I was feeling and even this conversation we're having right now about your positive thoughts and really ensuring that what's inside will actually radiate outside. So this says, good things are all around me. Most importantly, good things are within me. How beautiful is that? And that wraps up our video today, all about, positive thinking, positive thoughts, and ensuring that you are surrounding yourself with that energy internally so that you can release that energy outside and really cultivate the life that you're looking for. I believe in you. I know you can do it, and I'll see you next time.